Hey guys, it's Libby. I want to start off by saying that I'm very happy to be making another mental health type video for you guys. I hope you guys are excited about it because I'm very excited. So without further ado, let me get into it. I live in Ohio and we are certainly headed into winter right now, this week especially. I think we skipped fall for the most part and we are straight into winter. So with winter, there's some beautiful stuff, right? I appreciate beautiful snow. I also appreciate the ability to wear sweaters and flannels and boots. But at the same time, there's also some negative consequences of winter. And I think that some of you guys might feel it too. And what I'm referring to is seasonal depression. It's probably my least favorite part of the winter. Probably outside of like scraping ice off my windshield at like 7 in the morning. That is also not one of my favorite activities, but the seasonal depression is a close second, I would say. I am a licensed social worker working as a therapist full-time, and so I thought that maybe I could give you guys some psychoeducation on seasonal depression and also on something that you can try to help you power through it and make it to spring, okay? So first things first, seasonal depression is known by a lot of names, I think. One of those names is seasonal depression. Another one might be winter blues if you're feeling more casual. And then another really common one is seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Now, none of those names are the actual clinical terms for what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is actually called major depressive disorder with seasonal pattern. And of course, you need to meet certain criteria in order to get that diagnosis. So I'm gonna gloss over just a little bit what that criteria looks like. The first thing is that you need to have met the criteria for a depressive episode. Secondly, those episodes need to be recurrent. So if you only had one depressive episode in your life, whether it is in the past or still going on for you right now, if there's only one, it can't really have a seasonal pattern yet. Maybe it did start in the winter or it was only during the winter, but if it hasn't been recurrent, then it's not a pattern, right? For 2 episodes to be considered distinct, there needs to be at least a 2-month gap in between the 2 episodes of depression. So some depression here, feeling better, and then more depression later. So if you've had recurrent episodes of depression in your life, let's talk about the seasonal pattern part of it. Typically speaking, that means that your symptoms will basically either begin or get a lot worse come fall and winter, and they'll alleviate come spring and summer. Now, some people do have that on the flip side, but that is a lot less common. It's possible, but a lot less common. So generally speaking, you're gonna get extra sad here in the wintertime. The main theory here is that during the fall and winter months, there's less sunlight and more darkness. Now, of course, we as human beings can adapt to that, but our bodies and chemicals inside, specifically we're thinking here about melatonin and serotonin, might get a little bit out of whack, which can lead to some depressive symptoms because those 2 things definitely affect how you're feeling. So that's kind of like the biological reasoning as to why this might be happening for some people. Now, we don't really have control over the sun, right? So if that's going on, what can we do? Of course, maybe if you take medication or if you're interested in that, your medication provider might be able to adjust your meds or do something with you there. But there's something else to consider here when it comes to depression in general, but also when it hits you in the winter. So the other thing to think about here is your behavior, your activity levels, and generally speaking, I think for a lot of people, at least for myself, in the winter months, you're less active because it's cold outside. It's painful to feel the air. So why would I stand in the sun if it hurts? And then the other thing is like, oh, it is snowing and dangerous. I'm not gonna drive somewhere I don't need to go. I'm just gonna stay home. And then also they're like, it's gross out there. I just would rather just stay inside, not you know? And all those things, they happen for some people. Some people are like, yes, the snow, the cold, bitter air, frostbite, you know, for those people, maybe this is not an issue for them as far as the behavioral aspect. But I think for a lot of people in the winter months, our behavior, or in any months, of course, with depression, our behavior though can greatly increase the amount of symptoms we're feeling, or at least decrease the amount of progress we make on our depression. So part of CBT, or cognitive behavioral therapy, is called behavioral activation. The idea behind behavioral activation, in short, is that when depression tells you don't do something because it's too much work, it won't be fun, it won't be worth it, why does it matter, etc., depression says don't do it. But if depression is telling you to do something Should you listen? Probably not, right? Because it's depression and you don't like depression probably. If you instead participate in behavioral activation, which is doing those things that you don't feel like doing, your brain has the opportunity to learn a few things. Number one, it can be like, oh, it was not as awful as I thought it was gonna be. Or, I was actually slightly good. Or, I'm glad I saw myself put effort into something that matters to me. Or, you know, if, say, the behavioral activation was eating food. Biologically, physiologically, you're gonna feel better because you need food. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of just like a few little reasons that it could help you, but behavioral activation is a evidence-based, proven piece of cognitive behavioral therapy. So, let's think here. Depression says, don't do it. Licensed therapist telling you cognitive behavioral therapy has behavioral activation, which says, do it. Which one? Which one do we try today? I've been doing this for the last months, maybe. Mine hasn't been seasonal, it's just been depression. But I've been doing this listen to depression thing. It's not helping. I feel like crap still. Yeah, it's only getting worse actually. So that leaves me with this. I've got to take my own advice, even though I don't feel like it. And I hope you guys take it with me. So, to tell you a little bit, I have not showered in, I think 5 days. I think 5 days. Yes. Yes. I'm not actually stinky, and my mother confirmed that, but I am greasy. And there's a lot of other stuff that I haven't been doing that I would normally do that make me feel good, that make me enjoy life. All that stuff that I just haven't been doing because I've been letting my depression run my life. Instead, I'm gonna say, no, this day, today, I am going to try to run my life, even for just a few hours, and then maybe tomorrow I can try it a little bit too, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. So, let's do it. First things first, I am so greasy, I want to jump out of my skin. I want to take a shower. I don't feel like it, but I want to. Before I take a shower though, I'm gonna touch up these roots because growing out roots don't make me feel good either. So I'm gonna do both. Let's do it, guys. Let's freaking do it. If you don't have hair dye, don't worry about that part, but if you haven't showered, go take a shower. Pause the video and go take a shower, okay? Now, was that the most precise bleach application I've done to date? No. But was it one of the more rapid ones? Yeah, it sure was. So even though I kind of hustled my way through it, I still told depression because I'm gonna have better hair because it's, maybe there might be some spots, but it'll be mostly blonde again. So since I can't do a whole lot for the next half hour, I'm gonna spend some time watching some TikToks. Of course, I love me TikTok, it makes me feel better. But I'm also gonna get some other stuff done that is like bathroom stuff that I can do now that my depression has said no to, that I say yes to today. So the first thing is dyeing my eyebrows, or like tinting my eyebrows, whatever. The brand of tint I use is Godfrey. Oh my gosh, there we go, Godfrey. I bought it on Amazon. It works well. I destroyed the box, that's why I show you the bottle. But it's basically like hair dye portioned into eyebrow size servings with little gum. So cute. So let's dye our freaking eyebrows. So the beauty of this stuff is that it only needs to stay on your face for like, I think less than a minute. I always do more like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, because I like darker brows, and it also lasts longer if I make them darker. So after that though, all you gotta do is freaking wipe it off. And I mean, I'm getting in the shower after this, otherwise you might want to like, I don't know, use some like water or whatever, but I'm just gonna start by wiping it off. And I'll leave it like that for a while. And I had some extra that I knew I crossed over bleach onto the wrong side, so I just dabbed it on there with my finger. My finger's a little bit brown, but it's fine. I don't care. The last thing I'm gonna do right now before I just go chill out and wait for my hair to be done is this The Ordinary AHA 30% BHA 2% peeling solution. It's a 10-minute exfoliating facial. It kind of burns, but I really I feel like that means it's working. You know what I mean? So we just drop some. Careful not to get it into your lovely eyes or mouth or nose or other like open wounds. It will hurt a lot, but it's fine. It's fine. So this stuff you leave on for like 10 minutes and then you just rinse it off. So I should have planned this so that it was like the last 10 minutes before I got in the shower, but whatever. I'm just gonna rinse off my face after it's been 10 minutes. I can already feel it stinging. Lovely. Okay, so I just washed that red stingy stuff off my face and I'm kind of feeling we're on a roll here. So I'm gonna do something else next to continue on with my exfoliating, because even though it's become more cold and more dry, I have not been using moisturizer, so I've been really kind of like flaky in the face, and it's made makeup applications bad. So I've got one of these babies here, and I'm gonna DIY, what is it, Dermaplaning? Is that what they do? Myself. And so this is not what they use. I don't know what they use, but this was cheap. It is just a single little blade razor thing, and I'm just gonna filming all over my face. So can we normalize women having hair on their face and wanting to keep it or get rid of it? Alrighty, so it is time for me to take a shower, and when I'm depressed, showering is really hard for me. So I'm gonna use products that make me feel good about myself and make me feel like my shower was worth it. And that can be whether the products smelled good, felt good, look good, whatever it is. But I'm gonna be using the Olaplex No. 4P shampoo. I'm gonna be using the Olaplex No. 5 conditioner. And then as a treatment, because I just, you know, did that to my hair, I've got this Awapui keratin intensive treatment that I leave in for like a couple minutes and then rinse it out. I think it's a Paul Mitchell brand, but I'm not totally sure. Also though, I'm gonna be using a body scrub. This is Soap and Glory. It is Smoothie Star, it smells like banana bread. And then I've also got me a handy foot file because I got them calluses that I wanna get rid of. So I'm gonna go take that freaking shower, and also I'm gonna use like body soap and stuff too, don't worry. But these are my exciting products, so find something that makes you feel like your shower was worth it. Just a little bit. Music, a product, whatever. My depression told me for like 5 days straight it would not be worth it. It was too much trouble. Who gives a shit about taking a shower? I finally took the shower. It was freaking worth it. It was freaking worth it. I feel so much better just because I'm clean. I'm in clean clothes that I feel good in, and I feel better about it. But let me tell you why I don't like showering when I'm depressed. One reason is that it's a lot of work, but as we've learned, depression makes everything a lot of work. We need to do things anyways. All right. But then the other two reasons have to do with wet freaking hair. When my hair is wet, it's cold and I don't like laying on it. I don't like, it's just, I'm cold, man. And then the other thing is that my hair, I don't like how it air dries. And I normally don't blow dry my hair, but I don't want to freaking straighten it every day. Because if I showered every day, then my hair would just look bad every day. So if I shower once and then I style my hair once, I don't shower for a few more days, the style lasts longer. But I also feel worse about myself in other respects. But today's video is actually sponsored by something that has kind of changed that game for me a little bit here. It is sponsored by Laifen Tools. I might have said that wrong. It's L-A-I-F-E-N. It's a hair tool company, and they sent me this hair dryer for freezies and asked me to try it out for you guys, and I'm like, I bet. And since one reason I don't like to shower is I don't like to freaking dry my hair, we're gonna do her. So one thing right off the bat that I love, I've used this once, but one thing I love is that this, like the little thing to keep it in a bundle, is like attached to the cord, so you don't have to wrap it around the thing because that's bad. But it has this, which so it's not just like a mess of all this stuff. Pretty cool if you ask me. So okay, let me before I go plug her in, I just want to show you too. Look at ooh, and it just magnets are cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's very handy dandy. This is one of the what are these things called, attachments. They have other ones too, but this one suits my hair best. But now that I've got her plugged in, I want to show you kind of how it works. So of course, 2 speeds or powers or whatever that would be for a hair dryer. And then also it changes colors when you push the button to indicate temperature. Pretty cool. And then also pretty nifty. It's like it changes between like, temperatures like automatically, and like keeps it. It's cool. It makes it like good, like a good even. Like it's not even, but it's like it works. But now I'm gonna go ahead and use it to dry my hair, so you guys can kind of see the before and after. I like use the towel to dry my hair a little bit, and then I've been sitting around for like 10 or so minutes, so it's a little bit drier than like straight out the shower. But I never ever just straight out the shower start. It's too much, it's too wet. So I'm also gonna start a timer so we can see how quick it is, because it's pretty freaking quick. Yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, okay. I feel like there's pressure now. Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not good at like the technique, but it's been a minute and 4 seconds and I'm like dry. I'm dry, except for the back, because I'm not gonna reach in the back. But it's still going. Okay, it's still going. I'm gonna do the blonde side, because the blonde side does take longer because it's bleached and damaged, and it's also like full wet still. So let's see about that. We're at a minute for the natural undyed hair, and now we're starting at 125. Let's go. Alrighty, so the outlet's so far, so I can't really, the floor is fine. And let's just give her a brush through. Oh, let me check the time. 3:42. Less than 5 minutes, less than 4 minutes to dry my whole freaking head. And like this, like I said, blonde hair takes longer to dry because it's damaged. So it's freaking dry, and like it's straight, and like, all right, I have always battled with my hair because it looks like thin. It is thin, but like it never looks like there's something to it. But like I feel like there's like a little body or something like that. That like ooh. So is the back of my crown totally dry? No, but it never is. Come on. So, well, air dried, yes, but with the hair dryer, never. So I am satisfied. Great, and like it's straight. I wouldn't even have to straighten it really. Like we good to go. One thing I noticed while using it is that it's really lightweight also, which is good for a few reasons. A, if you're freaking depressed, you're probably tired and or weak, fatigued, all that stuff. So a light hair dryer is better than a heavy one. And then also if you were traveling with it, like if you're going on a trip and you have to like have your bags weighed or just freaking carrying them, it doesn't take up a lot of space. And it doesn't add a lot of weight. And then also if you're doing hair for like a long time, like I guess if you work as a stylist, or if you just like are doing your friend's hair or whatever, it wouldn't be hard to use for a while. Like it's freaking lightweight. The hair dryer I used before this, well, historically was just like your average hair dryer, who knows what brand. The one after that was the Revlon, I believe, or Remington. Oh, they're the same, they're both ours. One of those, like the hairbrush dryer, like it's like a round brush looking thing that blows air, and I liked it because it was easy to use, but it took a lot longer, and I thought that one was fast, but this one is fast. This one is the fast one, and it was also easy to use. Like the attachments, the weight of it, everything was easy. And like the hairbrush dryer kind, it's like the like round brush style, and you can't freaking get all the hairs out of it. Like you can try to pull them out, but they in the brush forever, they in your hair dryer forever. But this one is nice. So something else I really enjoy is painting my nails, not only for like the self-care aspect, but because I really enjoy the art of it. Because I used to do really cool designs, I'm not gonna lie. I did pretty cool designs back in the day. I haven't done any in a while, but I can't really jump straight into that because that ain't where I'm at today. But I can start by just painting my nails and, you know, give myself a little mani-pedi, because I haven't done it in forever and I like to. I've got me some basic little tools here to like make it all official, and then also got the polishes I'll be using. So my favorite base coat so far that I've tried out is the Essie Here to Stay. And then I really like Essie polishes too. I'm a hoe for Essie. So this one is Penny Talk, and then I'll use that probably on my feet. And then this one is, oh, what is it? Through the Lens. And this is one of their gel polishes. And it's not like gel, like you don't need like an LED light to cure it or anything. Is it LED? UV? Whatever. You don't need a light to cure it, which is nice. But there's also the top coat from the gel collection that you still don't need a light for. But I find that it stays the best of any nail polish I've ever tried. I've tried OPI, I've tried whatever, like lots of different brands over time. But I like Essie in general the best, and I like Essie's gel collection the best. So I'm gonna do that. You don't need to watch me like paint my feet, that'd be weird. So I'm just gonna do this and report back afterwards. Okay, so I have got my nails painted and I feel really good about it because I really have not done this in months, and I like it. It makes me feel good, and it was a fun activity that was relaxing and nice. So the rest of this evening I'm going to spend relaxing with my family. I've already done that some today, talking and all that. I got to also watch my dog and cat be goofy together and separately, very cute, love that. And then I think I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening eating Skyline, if you're familiar with that, from the Cincinnati area, delicious. Maybe hang out with my family some more, watch some TV, watch some TikTok, read a book maybe. I haven't read, but maybe I'll do that. And going to bed on time will be on the agenda. So I did a lot of things today. It took kind of all day, and part of me feels a little guilty because I'm like, there's other stuff I should have done, but this was really important for me to do this today, and it's just as important for you guys to do the same things for yourselves. So I took the step and did all this stuff today. How about you make a goal? Do something tomorrow. Plan to do something for yourself. Depressed or not, do something for yourself that'll make you feel good. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I'll make another one soon. Bye. And one more thing, guys. If you were like me, not showering, and then you finally go shower, but you've been sleeping in the same sheets for a while, just go ahead and change the sheets. That's what I'm doing. It's the right decision. You won't regret it. It's more work. It's hard to do by yourself, but it is worth it. So also, side note, I know this doesn't cure depression, but it's a piece of feeling better. So, okay, bye.